Hi everybody, it's Steve Truelove of Love Life, Love You, and helping you to be the best version of yourself. Now today we're going to talk about children and EFT for children. Now emotional freedom technique, or known as the tapping technique, is a video we put out before on EFT. It's helped a lot of people, but I maintain that a lot of children at school age should be learning or know how to do the tapping technique, EFT. Most people come into the world with a clear field. When we're born, we come into the world, we're ready to learn, we're being taught by different people, and things are not always taught in the right ways, and we learn about a lot of negative things like sadness, hurts, guilt, anger, fear, and these are represented as little trees in our field. Now, as we go through life, I always tell people the story of the first 7 years, how the unconscious mind is in being, and when we reach about 7 or 8, the conscious mind kicks in, and that causes conflict in our lives. But then trees have grown, and then they start to branch out into our lives. So very often people will have an experience through the 5 senses. They'll smell something, see something, hear something, feel something, or maybe even taste something, which will send a memory back into the past. If you like, their mind will go back into the past, remember something, give them the feeling. We don't always relate to what the problem really is, if you like, the real issue, the core problem, the ISE, the initial sensitizing event, which is something that's happened for the very first time that's created this platform, if you like, for us to get these emotions throughout our lives. So the older we get, the more trees we've grown, the more they've branched out, the harder it is to go back and find the real problem. If you can teach your children and get them to learn EFT at the earliest possible age, and I'm talking 3, 4 years of age, they can learn it. They can learn it at that age, and they'll learn how to take control of their own emotions. Something can happen in school, somebody could bully them, they'll feel sad, they'll feel left out, they'll feel angry, they'll feel fearful. They can tap on it when they get home. And they'll be doing it without really thinking about it. It'll be an automatic thing that they'll do, because it'll be a habit built into them, which is a great habit for any child to have. So let's just imagine that you've got a small child who's very sad, very down in themselves, and we don't know what the answer is, because it could have happened anywhere and they've made a decision about it. So we start them tapping. We just start them with the basic setup recipe, they call it, which is tapping on the karate chop of the hand. And then we get them to think about the feeling that they've got. Where is it in the body? And then we'd ask them really to focus on it. 0 to 10, 10 is the worst, 0 is fine. And say they said it's a 9 or a 10, that's pretty extreme. So we get them to think about the feeling, and then we say, even though I have this sad feeling in my chest or my stomach, maybe in my head, whatever it is. So even though I have this sad feeling deep inside of me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now, some people will have a bit of difficulty at that point. So we also say, I'm learning to love and accept myself, the way I am and the way I'm not, because nobody and nothing's perfect. So if we go back to the beginning again, it's even though I have this sad feeling, I deeply and completely am learning to love and accept myself. I forgive myself for feeling this way. And I forgive the circumstance that created this feeling. I forgive the people who were involved for creating this feeling. But it's okay for me to let this go. It's okay for me to be sad. But it's also okay for me to be happy. And I choose happiness over sadness. So it's okay for me to let this go. I can be free of this sadness. I thank my unconscious mind, because it knows exactly what happened and the decision I made to create this feeling in the first place. I can choose to be the way I want to be. I can choose sadness or happiness. So I'm going to ask you now, what do you choose? Well, it should be happiness. So take a deep breath and let go. I can set myself free because nobody else can do it for me. I always have a choice over the way I feel, because it's me who's made the decision in the first place. I've learned how to be certain ways, so I can unlearn and relearn and be the way I want to be. It's okay for me to set this emotion free. It's okay for me to be happy. It's okay to let go of this sad feeling. I've always had a choice, and now I'm choosing powerfully. I'm forgiving everybody and everything and every circumstance that's ever created this sad feeling. But I'm choosing to feel a better way. Grab your wrist, take a deep breath. Peace. And now I want you to go back and look at that feeling and rate it 0 to 10. Very often you'll find that that number's coming down. So then you go into the second phase and you say, even though I still have this remaining sadness, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I choose to let go of this sadness. You can even give the sad feeling a colour, a shape, and start to change the shape, the size, the density, the texture. Just really look into yourself and look at the feeling. Change it. This red, hot, this black feeling, whatever it is, just tap it away. And you start to feel something changing inside. As you continue to tap around the same areas I'm tapping. You can use the fingers. You can go under the arm. And go to the top of the head. And you go back to the wrist. Deep breath. Peace. And you're going to find something start to shift and change. We talk about energy shifts, because most of these feelings that we've got, the negative feelings, are trapped emotions. And what we're doing is releasing the emotions. And when children learn this, then there's no need for them to be stuck in negative emotions, because they'll have a tool, a technique that when used enough, they'll start mentally doing it, and they'll tap and they'll be doing it on an automatic, which is what a lot of the things that we've had ingrained into us over the years are really all about. They've been unconscious behaviors, ingrained conditions, circumstances that have happened throughout our years. So if you're dealing with these at source, when they happen first, then there's no reason for them trees to grow into branches later in their lives. Children can have far more empowered lives when they have techniques to take care of the things that are causing them the problems. And children learn really fast. Adults are harder work than children. We all know that for a fact. So get your children to learn some EFT. There are many other techniques that we can teach the children. The tools and techniques we've spoken about on other videos. Get them to learn them as early as they can, because we all want the same for our children, to be healthy, happy and successful. And that's what I'm up for. Every child on this planet to have the best life they can have. So give them a chance and teach them some of these things. If you've enjoyed this video, please press like, share, subscribe, and look at some of our other videos. And get more tools and techniques in your toolbox and be the best version of you.